Hey everyone, it's Monday the 28th of February. The time is 12:57 p.m. and the temperature is 31 degrees. I'm right next to where Pasir Ris Hawker Center is, right there. You would continue on that street, but we're going to venture out into the jungle today, kind of. We're going to go and have a look at some mangroves and then go to Pasir Ris Beach. That's the plan anyway. And around here I've just been kind of setting up here with a little bit of a breeze going. Some clouds as well. It's kind of a little bit cloudy day with possible rain clouds around. But I've just been standing here and the sounds all around are really amazing. It sounds like you're already kind of in the nature, just standing here by the car park. I've been here before and I even tried to record here before. It's a really cool area where they kind of kept the mangrove forest, which is kind of so important to a lot of sort of natural environments around here, but it hasn't been kept in many parts of Singapore. And here we can go and see it. Let's just look at a map here. And it's a really beautiful place. The park is great. The beach is just lovely, good for water sports. And you'll see in a moment what it looks like. But first we'll go through the mangroves. Wow, there's some kind of sculptures going up here. These look amazing. Don't know what it is. But yeah, I've been here before. And the reason I didn't publish that one was that, oh, what a beautiful butterfly, I don't know. I think it was flying directly into the camera, I hope so. But what happened to that recording was that it was kind of around sunset when I started around here. And by the time I got to the beach, it was pretty dark. And I just thought we can do better than that. And here we are today. At least for the moment it's sunny. So I'm hoping for some lovely, lovely sea views in just a moment. But look at this. Isn't that pretty amazing? It's just those roots are massive. Oh, that's a turtle. I hope you guys can see that there's a turtle sitting on like a small log there. What a beautiful place with just really amazing looking plants. And just to show you as well, all around me, this is what I have around me at the moment. So there's a lot of greenery. There's a bench here you could sit by. I don't know if this will be the best place to sit around right now. But it's nice that they do have those. They've got one there by the pond. It's so pretty here. And then you got this real feel of being surrounded by jungle, which was also an interesting experience when it was sort of dark, let's say. There are a lot of butterflies flying around here as well. Wow, even here, oh, they're all just kind of flying towards me. I hope I got some of those. It's just beautiful around here. You can hear so many birds. I've seen so many birds. What a beautiful place. So I think it's a perfect way to start the week. Perfect Monday walk. This is where we're going. This is the sort of mangrove part of it. Wow, so many birds here. And butterflies. It's a really, really nice place today. I hope you guys can hear some of that. It's a pretty amazing sound. And it's telling us group sizes, limited. Oh, there's a yellow bird there. I don't remember the name of the birds. I know someone's channel was doing an amazing job of kind of talking about all the different birds. I need to learn them though. I need to learn the common ones and not just say the yellow bird. See that so often and I just don't remember. I've looked it up before. So of course how this area looks like is going to depend on the tide and the water sort of coming and going. which is characteristic of these mangrove forests. Look at how thick that is. Even though you're on a kind of a really nice path here, it's such a jungle feel to it. It's a super cool place. I'm just listening to some of that sound. So many birds have something to say. Right now you can just see this kind of tiny stream of water. There's a river going by on that side. What is sad though is that there's a plastic bag in there. I saw that the last time as well, that there are sometimes some kind of rubbish around, and you just think it might have come in with the water, but with the roots and everything, just hope no one's kind of throwing anything in there. So that's a picture showing high tide and low tide. So it would be like part of the river at high tide, and now because it's low, we're seeing everything basically. Just the what's coming up from there. So we could go to car park C over that way. I think what we're going to do, maybe we'll go and have a look at the river view and then come back to the trail. It's not a very long trail. I think you could do like a longer route here. I think it's possible, at least if you do a kind of circle. But we're not going to do a huge walk in the mangrove part of this. Today I want to get to the beach, and my goal is to keep it to around 30 minutes. So here's the river. If you encounter a snake, do not approach it. You can count on me not going anywhere near a snake on purpose. So hopefully we will not encounter a snake. That's the river view there. Yeah, let's hope for no snakes today and keep looking up, I guess, just in case. The only snakes I've encountered so far in Singapore, I saw what I think were like baby snakes. And they were around Alexandra. They were actually around the IKEA. They were tiny, but they were like looked like a fully grown. Like they had the same texture, and they had the same kind of coloring. But they were not that terrifying because they were tiny. And I think that's fine. I don't need other snake encounters really. I think snakes would not be so scary, but they can be pretty big here. I'd imagine somewhere in the nature they get huge in Singapore. Sometimes you read those stories where there's a house sort of well, what is on that? There's like almost like shells on the bottom there, in the middle of the little stream. Yeah, anyway, sometimes you read stories of these snakes. That's not a snake, that's a sleeve. Talking about snakes, and then I think about it. And sort of more remote locations. And they sound pretty long, at least, those stories. I think we're coming to the tower here. I don't think I'll climb the tower today. Oh, here it is. My yellow bird. Don't know if you can see that, or the sun is reflecting. Flat-naped oriole. I'll try to remember that. Might be gone in the next 10 minutes. At least I now have it on, on video. Can always come back to it. So this must be a pretty cool view, but I think you probably don't want to spend the next few minutes with me climbing up. Maybe next time, because we're just coming to the park now. I do want to get to the seaside. So that's the mangroves. It's pretty great that they've kept this area and are kind of keeping it as well, because a lot of it has been lost. And it would be a shame if you don't have that kind of ecotype. It's really difficult to get these back as well once you kind of lose the natural stuff. So I'm glad Singapore is doing that, and I think there are some projects as well, like oh, big bird. There are some projects like the Semakau Island, which is the where some of the waste is being taken to sort of build an island. It's a really interesting place. I visited once, it was long before I recorded any videos, but I had a tour of the place. It has amazing sea views, and that's basically where all of the stuff that people throw out, if it's not sort of dealt with on land side, anything that's left after like incinerator and all of that, I think ends up there. But that won't be enough. That won't be enough for long, unfortunately. And I don't think there's a plan after that. In any case, I think Semakau is going to have like a natural environment with some mangroves. It already does have. You can go and have some tours there and basically explore. Don't know if it's low tide specifically, but you can go and explore the kind of nature part of that already, and it will be turned, I think, into a public nature reserve or public sort of a park area. Oh, there's construction going on here, or something's going on here. That wasn't there when I was last here. So behind that is kind of a little bit of a sea view, but I wonder if we can get to the beach directly from here. It would be nice if we could. It would be nicer than looking at a barrier. Oh wow. Did this tree used to have white flowers? Oh yes, at the top. At the top of the tree you have white flowers. That's why they're all on the ground as well. Wow, beautiful. Pasir Ris Beach is actually one of my favorite ones to come and swim at. There's a pretty nice beach here for swimming and water sports. I wonder if that is vlogging the way through. Maybe I don't want to test that, because I do want to end up sort of on this left side of it. I don't want to risk there not being a path. Here's a notice. A section of the footpath is closed. Please use alternative paths. Well, there should be one. Okay, so the one in there should not be blocked. There should be one right by the water side. It's very warm here, sort of lunchtime. The sun is up, even though we have a couple of clouds. Nothing's kind of blocking the sun right now. It's very warm. Let's hope I don't have to walk back. If I do, I might just speed this along for you guys. But I'll go and explore. Really cool palm trees as well. I love the tall ones. Yeah, I think we do have the waterside path open. What are they building at sea? Wow, they've got all of these, they've got like a crane working there. That's super interesting. Like, it's so interesting to see how, like, you have these challenges as you have to build something on water. How do you bring the equipment? How do you deal with all that? We do have the sea. You wouldn't be able to tell, but you got that smell of wind coming from the seaside. Here's a little bit of information. Oh, I think this Pasir Ris hotel used to be kind of a big deal in the 1940s, 1970s. Yeah, I read about it a little bit. And there are these heritage trails. I did that one. Unfortunately, the last bit of it is sort of a long stretch around construction site. Oh, the barbecues are not open. It's I think they were supposed to open the barbecue again, but then that all got postponed because there are still so many cases, or have been, in Singapore, cases of COVID, unfortunately. And yeah, it's been postponed. I don't think, as soon as we see an improvement, I'm sure that plan will go ahead. It would be kind of nice to see people using them again, and especially I'm kind of growing tired of the sight of the worn out red plastic fencing everything off. At least you can now go and sit on the benches. But yeah, looking forward to all that coming back. I have no idea what this is, but it's really, really interesting. And it's so beautiful here as well. Oh, look at the beach. I'm not a sort of, or I don't do a lot of water sports, but whatever I've done, this has been the place for me to do it. It's kind of nice. The beaches have deep enough water to sort of do a lot of different things. And it's kind of barriered off there as well. So you have that area to safely go and do whatever you want. And you can rent a lot of the equipment around here as well. At least you used to be able to. The last time I walked here in the evening, it was a Friday evening as well. I was so busy. It's a shame that video was kind of not great quality in terms of the image quality. But the last time I walked by, the place where I used to go seemed to be closed for renovation. I really like East Coast Park, for example, but it's quite windy for certain things. And I say that as you can see the wind in the palm trees, but I think this is actually a really good place for that sort of thing, and even for swimming. Plus there's a good parking lot, a few of them actually, pretty nearby where we are now. It's a lovely park. No wonder you see people just walking around, lying around, listening to their I don't know, music, podcasts, whatever. And even fishing. There's quite a lot of fishing actually around Pasir Ris. There's a sort of place for it right next to the hawker center. And the view is a bit different as well. Kind of facing greenery on the other side. A bit like Changi Beach in that respect. Whereas, for example, East Coast would be more like open waters and you wouldn't see anything on the other side. Except for the tankers. So across the bridge here, keep walking for a little bit. So nice here. Some work being done. So yes, it says there are a couple of restaurants around here as well. There you go, map. And this is flowing from the sea. So no fishing around here. And you got these signs as well saying if you see anyone sort of trying to bring anything on shore, you need to report it, of course. I was surprised to see them the first time that I saw one in East Coast. But I guess it makes perfect sense, Singapore being an island. It's difficult to kind of be everywhere all the time. Some really nice houses there at the back. Those might just be residential. There's a campsite area and there are some rules on how to book it. Wow, just how warm it is today, I think. Would be pretty warm camping. I remember camping somewhere in Europe, was it? Maybe Croatia. And it was so warm. It was like near 30 degrees for the whole night. And then when you tried to open your tent, there were little tiny kittens that would come and, I kid you not, lick your toes. And it was so super cute, but you really needed the air. You cannot sleep all the time with kittens in your toes. That was so funny though. Super cute, but also try that for the whole night before you kind of go, oh. I think this equipment is moving as well. Oh, we got some chickens and little garden, I think. Oh yeah, we're going to need, it's actually really wet. Didn't expect that. Better to follow the path here. We're all jumping around there in the garden. I actually, when I was last here, I saw a chicken in a tree, like high up in the tree, 3 meters or higher. That's a pretty cool place for chicken. These fruits and veggies are lovingly grown by the allotment gardeners. Please admire them, but do not pick them. Makes sense? Oh, really lovely place. And why not when you got all of this space? I think there's more water in this grass than you'd imagine. There's a puddle actually in there. I'm tempted to go and just get a kind of waterfront view. But I'm not too keen if it's wet grass. Let's walk to the next sort of opening there. I'll see if I can make it a little bit closer before we end this. Coming to 30 minutes, I think that's a good length for a nature walk like this. And I am hoping to go have lunch at the hawker center and then maybe continue on to see a little bit more of Pasir Ris. Oh, is this like a playing field? You could put up a net. Might be. I'm seeing more chickens in the distance, just kind of gathering there, but I think it's too far for the video to pick up, or the camera to pick up. So pretty, and with no one around, it's kind of a luxury, isn't it, to be able to walk around in a place like this. It was actually quite fun when it was quite busy on a Friday evening as well. I wasn't expecting that, but it was. It's a nice way to start your weekend. There's a playground there, quite a nice one as well. And then the restaurants are just a little bit further here. How wet is this grass going to be? Not wet actually. I guess it's more puddle here and there kind of thing. So, I hope you enjoyed this walk through the mangrove forest and at Pasir Ris Beach and Pasir Ris Park. I think it was quite a nice day for it after all the rain, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming along, and if you'd like to see more videos, you can of course subscribe to the channel much appreciated if you do. But you don't have to. Happy to have you here anyway. And with these lovely views, I hope I'll see you again soon.